From a very early age, even as far back as in the 5th grade, I wanted my life to be in the center of God's will for me, because I knew I could not be at peace or happy or have any joy without that. In 1997, that was put to the test, when after a biopsy, it showed that I had a breast cancer in the right breast. When the surgeon told us, gave us our choices, he left the room for Gerald and I to discuss what we wanted to do. And we came to a decision very quickly. And I remember jumping down off the table and telling Gerald, I'm okay with this. This is just my body, and I know where I'm going. I know where I'm heading. And we'd gone through so many family problems that I couldn't fix and I couldn't make right. But this, I could make a choice of how I accepted this or if I didn't accept it. But I did, and with peace that passes all understanding. We had major surgery. I had major surgery, underwent 6 chemotherapies, and was declared that the cancers had shrunk and everything. But then my side began to have not a pain, but a sensation in it, that it was down close to the kidney area, the waist area. The pain increased, not really pain, but sensation. And finally one night I could not get comfortable in bed, so Gerald took me to emergency. We told them the symptoms, they ran some tests, and started to release me. And I told them, I said, I'd like for you to check to see if there's something wrong with my kidneys. So they ran a CT scan without contrast and waited a long, we knew they were sure a long time coming back. And when they did, they told us there was some benign cyst on my liver. We came home and they told us to come back to the hospital the next day. They wanted to do a CT scan with a contrast. So that's what we did. I drank the contrast and the young man that administered it disappeared. And when he came back, he had another young man with him that was a radiologist. And the words out of that man's mouth simply, well, made me angry, made me want to fight him, and absolutely scared me. He said, Miss Hickox, you've got widespread cancer. The next morning when I got to see Dr. Good, he immediately put me at ease and said, yes, you do, and you have it in the spine and the liver, but it's curable. So we went, I had 6 more chemo treatments and 10 radiation treatments on the spine. But it took me a little bit longer to come to peace with God on that one. One night, a couple of weeks later, I was backing out of my driveway, going to a home Christmas showing, and I said, okay, God, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this feeling. Give me peace. And by the time I got to the end of the driveway, I had peace fully with my Lord. Then in 2007, we found out that the tumors were growing again in the liver. I came to peace with that pretty quickly because I knew I was in the will of the Lord. And I said to Gerald, the day that Dr. Rock informed me that the cancer was back, I said, I'd rather live sick in the middle of God's will than wail out of His will. And so because of that, I've had peace. And as you know, I've undergone about 85 chemo treatments with 10 different drugs, 11, excuse me. And the Lord's still blessing. And He does hold me in the hollow of His hand. And I do feel each step of the way that God has given me the peace that passes all understanding, and that I have been in the center of God's will for my life.